This Bad Lads is incredible. Holy smokes, it's a 3-seater.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles? Yeah! Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Step back in time. I love it. The strategy was go for the throat.
You guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Watch yourself here, Shel. Oh, I want that. Please?
I don't think so.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
It's a beautiful morning. We've got a pick to be had.
Straight north of Calgary and Watasan.
Looking forward to meeting Stan Reynolds.
I am,
wow.
too. Yeah, he's been around for a long time in this part of the province. Stan Reynolds has been a legend in this part for a bunch of years. He's been a big collector of automobilia, pretty much anything that moves, airplanes, military, and he's got a great museum. I heard that he's having a bit of a fire sale on some stuff because he sold the property and he's got to move, so that could be good.
Hey, look at the sign.
Well, there it goes, Stan Reynolds.
Must be the place. Wow. Look at this place.
That's unbelievable. Look at the old buildings. Looks like he's got some old outbuildings that he's had transported to here.
These are like airport hangars.
Yeah, really. Great Art Deco sign.
Let's go meet Mr. Reynolds.
Stan, how are you?
Well, I'm still alive.
Good to meet you. Scott Cousins. Stan Reynolds had an antique store for years and years in Wetaskiwin.
I started collecting in about 1948.
And the rest is history.
Stan's son wanted to clear the property. They allowed the museum to come through and take anything they needed, and everything else was up for grabs and priced.
Okay, so you guys want to go?
Yeah, we better go check it out. We met Mark, who's essentially his right-hand man. He asked if Mark could walk us around and gave Mark the authority to deal on anything we wanted to buy. Well, look at the cars, Sheldon. It's like a graveyard of cars.
Don't get started now.
I got to take a quick look at that. Wow. With rare exception, the majority of the cars were late 40s, early 50s models.
Wasn't the Hudson a classic in her day? You ever seen anything like this, Scott?
I can honestly say I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, Stan's a self-made man, and he was a Royal Canadian Air Force pilot during the war. And after the war, when he'd fly over this area, he'd spot carcasses. It might be old farm implements, it might be automobiles, things that he went and salvaged and turned that into just a major collection. Brilliant when you think about it.
Yeah, although, holy smokes. See, that's what I want. Got the great fin on the back of it. Hey, can I get in there and take some hood ornaments off those?
I don't think so.
No? When you make them into an ornament that's on a wood block or something, I've sold those for good money. Looks like it's an Indian head. Oh, I want that. Please?
You can buy the whole car, probably around 200.
How about 10 bucks for the car? I'll take the ornament and leave the rest.
10 bucks for the car, 190 for the ornament.
Ah, you're killing me.
I love when Scott gets into a pick.
Sheldon, look at this. This is hilarious.
Oh,
it's like
isn't
a
that
conquistador.
beautiful? I sort of feed off of him.
Now, I have to say, I've never seen a conquistador hood ornament. I'm thinking if I can figure out enough of these, we might have to make an offer on the cars and just take the hood ornaments and leave the rest.
Oh, no.
Man, I love these hood ornaments. I guess we better go back in the direction we were going.
This is incredible, though, isn't it?
Well, it's an awful big shed. There must be some stuff in there.
Oh, a couple things.
Yeah?
Here it is.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll take a walk down here.
All right.
Yep, and I'll cover the next aisle.
It was interesting when I started looking in the cases. Two things struck me. One, that there were some pretty interesting things, but the prices were outrageously high.
Boy, even I'm shocked at that price.
And if you were shocked at that one, you're going to be shocked at this one, too. And two, there were a lot of empty spaces. I get that feeling that we're not the first person in here. Not even the fifth person in here.
We were about the 15,000th people through there.
Yeah, lots of things have been sold out of here.
You see, you've got some hood ornaments. The ones I'm looking for are the old Pontiac ones with the Indian heads on them.
They went fast here.
These wrenches here, I'm looking for ones that have Harley Davidson or Indian or
No, those would have
Case.
already been sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't outrageously priced had been sold. The spear, it looks like it's got some age to it.
We were looking at the leftovers, and I could see why a lot of them were leftovers.
It's got 165. I don't, I mean, it's a neat thing. It's an interesting thing, but
They had goofy prices on them,
I could see us getting 75 out of that.
which means we offer 25.
Well, or maybe 30.
Like, I'd have to have more than that.
There's been a lot of people through here, and it's still here. We're here to buy if you want to sell.
It's getting older as it goes, right?
Yeah, and I'll be dead before it sells. What we're gonna do, I think, on some of these things that we still think you're too high on is we're gonna put a package together, and then maybe we're gonna try and do a bulk deal at the end with some of them, okay?
All right.
I'm not interested in any of this stuff at the prices that you've got on them. Buttons, military cap badges, all priced between $7.50 and $20 an item. But if you were to give me a blow-me-out lot price on all of them, so cheap I can't refuse it, I might not refuse it.
Like $1 a piece?
There had to be $1,000 worth of stuff at his prices, 40 bucks for all of them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, perfect, good. I'm feeling better now. Once I made the deal on all those pins and cap badges and buttons, I was feeling pretty good.
Is that a powder horn?
Well, it could be. I'm not really sure if they're powder.
The strategy was go for the throat, quite frankly. Would you say 60 for the two of them?
Yep, that I can do.
What about these two powder horns? Could we say 60 on these two?
I could do 60 on those two.
Done.
Yep.
This old saddle maker's tree, what would you need for that?
Oh, 30 bucks.
I'm happy to say I was vicious. 30 bucks is fair. Let's say sold.
Okay.
All right? Perfect.
It seems like you got quantity on these scrapers. That's what that is, isn't it, Sheldon? It's a hide scraper?
Exactly. Sort of thing I'd say 15 bucks on.
I'd have to go 30 though.
I can't do that. Oh, another one of those scrapers right there. That looks to me like a better scraper.
That one I'd take a stab at 15.
Oh, you stabbed me all right.
Yeah.
If you want to be really generous, Scott, I would say 50 for the two.
I don't want to be really generous. I want to make money.
I can't do that much. For both of them, 80 bucks.
Is that your best price, or is that your...
That is just the absolute best price that you could ever get.
And is that your best price if we package them together with the other one over there?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. His prices were way too high on all of them.
I'll put them with the other ones.
Okay.
I know we're coming back to look at those before the day, and we're going to put a real stink bid on them.
Oh, I don't know.
A stink bid is you take the lowest possible amount that you think would be reasonable, and then you half it. That's a stink bid.
So, you guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Who wouldn't?
Sounds like our kind of place.
Go ahead.
Oh, you first, Scott. Really?
I'm not sure.
I
Just a
insist.
second here. Oh, cow. Watch yourself here, Shell.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared to touch anything because it could all come down on us.
What a pile of rusty old stuff.
Ah, the smell of oxidizing iron.
I got a feeling from Mark that he would be very generous. That's not a bad one, right?
It was becoming more evident that this stuff was either going to sell to somebody,
This is a nice one there.
or if it was metal, it was going to go to scrap iron.
What are we talking, a bucket throw on these?
Well, it was sort of like $5.
What if we took 10? Could you say a bucket throw at 10?
10
10
about
saws.
20 bucks for 10.
15 bucks is our final offer.
Okay, you twisted my arm.
Okay. What about these ridiculously big ice picks? Would you go a bucket throw on a few of these things too?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. I'm gonna haul these out of here before we kill ourselves. Thanks, Mark. I was getting really mercenary at that point. And I saw some branding irons. What are we talking, a buck a throw on these?
Okay.
We took them all. 59 branding irons at a buck a throw. Look at the construction of this Sheldon. And we'll move them quick to a dealer for about 300 bucks. That was the best deal of the day. Do you have like about a gallon of Arsol?
What do you want to wash? Your hands?
Yeah. And then at the very end, those 3 Indian stone pieces, the spear, and I put a real stink bid. 100 bucks for all of them.
Yep, that I can do.
And he took it.
Fun, guys.
So I think he had about 600 priced on those. I know we're gonna make money on those pins and cap badges because I counted at least 30 cap badges we can get $2 a piece for, and everything else is profit, profit, profit.
It was tough picking, but just meeting Stan was worthwhile. He's a legend around here.
Well, you take care of yourself, and we'll come back and visit you again. Okay, thanks.
To follow in a bunch of other pickers and then still bird dog a few good things, well, that's what we do best. And so we drove away with a few dollars in our jeans, even after the dry cleaning bills.
Well, we got down, we got dirty. Stan was an interesting fellow, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's an institution. Wow.
I tell you, I bet you if you sat down with him over a few beers, you'd hear some stories.
Yeah.
It's like we're on fumes. I see that little flashing gas tank sign there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. We'll sit down and have a quick talk, yeah. You get the coffee? Well, Sheldon, we got a few picks and a lot of miles. Let's see where we're going.
It's north, up here at Lamont. That's the
way up
haul.
there.
Yeah, exactly. We got some serious mileage to put on. In fact, I think I should probably grab the wheel.
I don't feel good about that. After you.
Nice work there, Scott.
Thanks a lot for that. You remind me of a guy that you go out for dinner with that goes to the bathroom when the bill comes. Do you see how much it costs to fill this up? $100.
Yeah.
That makes this next pick that much more important that we gotta get some stuff this time.
It was a little bit of a drive, but we thought, well, let's take a shot at this one. We heard about Dave.
Sheldon found him on the internet. I don't know what he was doing. Searching porn. I've got a feeling this is going to be an entirely different pick than we did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, this would be the place.
Holy smokes, I can see stuff in the field already. It looks like stuff everywhere. Yeah, he's got stuff. There's an old building filled with crap.
Looks like our kind of guy.
Well, hopefully I can find a nice motorcycle here.
It was kind of intriguing.
It's a little weird because there's like a snowmobile graveyard there. Possum Electric, there you go.
We didn't know what we were walking into.
You found it, buddy. You're taking the credit or the blame.
Hey, Dave, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Scott.
Scott?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You have a lot of stuff.
Everything and anything.
When did you start collecting, Dave?
20 years ago when I moved here?
Hey, everybody around here must know that you're the parts guy.
Well, no, I keep it quiet so nobody was bugging me all the time.
Yeah, I see you've got a bunch of trains.
All kinds of stuff.
Dave had collections of collections.
And there's some really nice cameras up there.
Looking around, you never know if you see that one treasure.
Yeah, I'm more looking for the late 60s, early 70s stuff, or punk, which would be in the 80s. They're all too old for me.
And that's Barbie dolls.
That it is. I'm not a big Barbie collector, but if I can find something right around the 1960 period, then I'll take a look at it. If it's any later than that, I'm not really interested.
Oh,
G.I.
right.
Joes, I'll look at as many as you got.
My poor G.I. Joe got burnt.
Dave's a real character.
Play a note.
She works.
Unlike some collectors, he brings it out and he's proud of it. Perfect mating of a man and machine.
That's the original advertisements for the Harley Davidsons. I got them out of Popular Mechanics books.
From my perspective, Dave was more of an accumulator than a collector.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here,
Way more stuff.
As I scanned the room, I saw there was a couple things that if we could get them for the right price, that we could make some money. I see you got a CNR lantern.
Oh, they're pretty expensive, those babies.
Pretty expensive is a relative term.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I would rather not sell them.
Dave's tough to do business with.
I think there's a little chip on the bottom in one spot.
That can make a big difference.
Yes.
What would you want?
$125.
Yeah, I don't think we can make any money off that. I think we thought it was going to be better than it was.
There's horsehair in there.
Yeah.
I took it apart one day and had a look at it.
What would you want for that one, Dave?
I got to get $50 out of that old bugger.
A little too rich to turn over, I think, at a profit.
All right.
If it's any good, he wants too much for it.
Head her on through.
All right. There were a few interesting things in one little display cabinet. You can see you've got some Inuit pieces here.
Yeah, this is stuff that I got when I worked in Alaska. You could go into a store up there and just buy it from the native Eskimos who made it.
That's incredible.
Okay, well, that's called baleen, and it comes from the mouth of the whale.
What would you say that ship is? It almost looks non-North American, doesn't
Exactly.
it? Now, is that a set of sealskin mitts back there or something?
Yeah.
And this is a real part of Northern Canadian history, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're lined with rabbit.
It's a great little collection, though. Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Holy cow. Now, what's the one that's worth all the money?
The baleen boats.
Oh, okay.
They're $25,000 and $35,000 each.
I'm not sure where he got the impression that all of a sudden the baleen boats were super valuable.
And unless those things were filled with diamonds, they weren't worth the price he was asking. $25,000 and $35,000 each. Whoa!
Or I'm not selling them.
After Dave said that he wanted $75,000 for the entire grouping, I thought I'd maybe come back, would he consider 20? But I was scared that Scott might have a heart attack and Dave would say, okay, sold.
I'm not touching them. I'm staying away. Well, I think you better put those back.
Why don't we take it?
Because I'm scared now.
We continued looking at more collections of collections.
Chainsaws, boat motors, really, really old buggers. Them too.
Here you go, Sheldon. I'm the Black Knight, you're the White Knight.
Dueling saws? I don't think I was really all that interested in buying a chainsaw, and certainly took more of a man to handle that thing than I could ever do.
This whole era of Honda was when they were trying to distinguish themselves from the Harley-Davidson bad boys, you know? It's...
I'm making this one for my mom.
He just wasn't selling things that I was interested in.
Yeah, look at this, Sheldon. Look at the way when you turn it this way, it looks like almost like a rocket. Once we're there, we're there. And we gotta buy something to make it worthwhile. Do you have any old motorcycle license plates?
Yeah, right here. Yellow ones are newer.
What would you want for the license plates?
Oh, make me an offer on all of them.
I don't know, I could do $15 for the works.
I'd say they're gone.
Done.
Done deal.
We finally broke the ice, we finally made a buy. Let's see where it goes from there. Whoa, look at that. Whoops. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, especially Dave's, and in particular, Scott's.
Yeah!
There's nothing there for me.
Whoa, there's my hat. And look at the look of it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, I'll give you a push.
At this point, I'm thinking, how do we cut our losses here? That chain's seized up. Say goodbye to Dave and tell him it's been a great afternoon, but on to the next pick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I figured the only way we're gonna salvage this pick is if I can buy a motorcycle off of him that we can make $300 or $400 on. Do you have any running motorcycles?
Yeah. Well, here they are, guys.
Oh, geez, yeah, you got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I walk in the shed and I see some interesting motorcycles. And I spot one that looks like it's in reasonably good nick. The Honda's the only one that doesn't look like it needs a bunch of work.
Okay, well, let's bring her out and fire her up for you guys.
I'm getting excited about that bike because I'm thinking if that thing runs, that's something we can sell. Oh, there you go. Sounded pretty good. The engine seemed tight on it.
Give her a try?
I think I'm going to take her for a test drive.
There you go. And it's 1 down and 4 up.
That transmission's tight.
Yep, not very many miles on it. Should make her back all right.
Hey, if Scott don't come back, you want to go picking?
Sure.
Perfect. I can see him going off in the horizon. We might not see him again.
And it ran pretty good. It had decent power for a little Honda 100. Any young kid can learn how to ride on it. And I do motorcycle swap meets, and those bikes sell all the time. I was going to do a wheelie, but it's been a while since I've done one of those. So.
Look at this smile on his face.
I'll tell you, I haven't had that much fun this pick. That's great. I was quite happy with that. Okay, why don't we shut her down and let's talk turkey on it. What do you want for this?
Well, I'd like to get 500 out of it with all the work I put into it.
I think the max retail on that bike's going to be $600 to $800, and I'm probably going to have to clean it up a little bit to get that kind of price on it. I know Sheldon. Sheldon's looking at it because he's thinking he doesn't want it because we're going to have to put it in the back of the truck. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm going to be reselling this, so I'm looking at the 175-2 range on it.
Well, I'd come down $100 for you.
I'm thinking, is there anything else I can throw into the deal to get the price down? I'm going to just take a quick look in the back room. There's this little bike. I just want to take a look at it. I'm just going to take it out in the sun. So I saw this little banana seat bike, not in real good condition, but it had a good look to it. That's a cute little guy, isn't he? Perfect for the kids to learn.
It's a little more my speed, Scott.
So I figured I'll see if we can maybe do a package deal on that. I'll tell you what, I'm prepared to go for this and the little bike, $270 final offer.
Well, I guess I could go for that. That'd be reasonable.
Okay, let's go sign her up.
Get my bill?
Get the bill of sale,
Okay.
and we'll get some cash for you.
All right.
That would look like fun.
That was a riot. I was happy because on some things he was just out into the moon, and other things he was really reasonable on. Because I do motorcycle swap meets, and guys are always looking for a nice period license plate to put on their bike. Okay, Sheldon, watch out. There you go. Okay, I think we got her, buddy.
All right, that's it for us then, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Dave,
Thanks a lot for
great
coming,
meeting
guys.
you. It was a lot of fun.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
Take her easy.
Okay. Holy smokes, just that massive amount of stuff. I have some fun getting on that bike. I'd drive it home, except
Yeah.
you wouldn't see me for months.
Well, I'm going to pick up the speed driving home, so maybe you want to put the helmet on in the truck here. I got a call from a fellow by the name of Jim. Told me he had some really good stuff that he was motivated to sell. I love rolling into the yard and seeing a for sale sign.
And I thought, this is good news for us.
A golf cart starts zooming at us at breakneck speeds.
How's your day?
Hey, you'd be Jim Tilley.
That's me, the one and only. Pleasure.
So I see you've sold the place.
Yes, sir. It's just time to downsize. And I'm trying to get my wife to convince herself that she will retire, and then we can take our big holiday trailer and go see some more of this country.
Well, so where should we start?
Well, we've got some pieces in the house.
Yeah, Jim had a house
Welcome to my humble abode.
and then several outbuildings, a couple of Quonsets, and there were things inside and out.
The more somebody has, the more likely we are we're going to hit a winner.
In this room here, we have a kind of a hockey sock full of different things.
I saw the toy truck, and I knew it was a Lincoln toy truck.
That little truck my wife has had for so many years. Actually, she was kind of reminiscing the other day about driving it around on the farm when she was in the sandbox and stuff as a little kid.
And I knew then I wasn't getting it for 10 bucks. Lincoln trucks are one of the toys I've sold a lot of, and there's a lot of people looking for Lincoln toys. So does that have some emotional attachment to her?
Not necessarily.
I said something like, well, would you take 50 bucks for it? And his eyes lit up when I said that, so I knew there was a deal to be made.
I think that will work.
Yeah, perfect. I figured that toy, we paid 50 for it. I think it's a pretty easy 100 and a quarter, maybe a bit more than that.
There's some photos over here, Jim.
These pictures do have some history.
Wow, what a great looking bunch of guys. I want that guy's hat.
Old photos are very marketable.
My grandfather was one of the carpentry foremen on Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens.
Wow. Oh, that's a Toronto picture, too.
Yes, they all are.
So it's got to be something with a little bit of pizzazz to it.
This was showing how the men used to have to put telephone poles up.
Wow.
With what they called them pike poles, I believe.
That set of 3, I thought, had some real kick to it.
I don't know. I think realistically, $50
50
for the
bucks
3.
for the 3? Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You guys, what, are you connected at the hip or what? Yeah.
He flips the puck over to me and I put it in the net.
So is that good for you?
It works.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
thanks.
put these over here with the truck.
Okay.
When we're on a pick, we'll buy anything we can make a buck on.
There was a soapstone carving.
What would you want for him?
Cash.
Cash it is.
How much cash? Inuit carvings are a hit and miss proposition because the big money comes when you can identify them to particular artists. I'm a picker, so I'd like to pay it very, very little.
I understand that. 20 bucks.
20 bucks, you know what? That was a number that was in my head, so I'm not going to negotiate on that.
The
I like
wheels.
it. I like it.
The wheels are rolling.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
There's great
Yes, it
things
is.
everywhere I look.
Well, that table there is a library table.
Yeah.
And you got a cream separator on here.
They're quite decorative items, and it was pristine.
Well, this is a
And,
nice size.
You bet.
What
Yeah.
would you need out of that one?
We haven't got out of the house yet, so I'll leave the ball in your court on this one.
I hope Jim doesn't show us the door, but 60 bucks.
75. I love the art of negotiation. I really, really do.
Are you carrying it?
Do I look silly?
Oh, that's a toughie, eh?
This is the way I like to deal. Just because you go into the bay and say they want $100 for that shirt doesn't mean I'm going to pay it.
Some
This guy's
things.
done this before, hasn't he? We thought, you know what? Let's see if we can package that with the desk. Interested in selling the desk?
I do believe.
Well, it's a classic arts and crafts piece. It was in nice, original condition. I've handled lots and lots of these.
Right.
So to me, that's another sort of $100 purchase if you're interested.
Because why don't we just do 200 on the pair?
Yeah, then we're paying more than we
50
want on the
you're paying
separator, more than
$50
we want on the desk.
But
You're a good negotiator. You give him the benefit on the 100, I give you the benefit on the 75.
My only question is this. If you read in the paper tomorrow morning that there was an A-bomb went off here,
That'll be your wife?
would you please come to my memorial service? All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Okay,
Let's make
good.
it happen.
175
For the pair.
on the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
We were trying to grease them up so that we could get something else out of them at a better price later. Jim, I saw something here, and I'm wondering if it's something you'd be prepared to sell. This lovely cowboy hat. It might even fit me.
That's a Biltmore.
That is a Biltmore. You know
Cal-
what?
That's a Calgary-made hat, self-styled by yours truly.
Jim shapes his own cowboy hats, and he shapes them just the way I like them. So what would you need out of a hat like that?
We got to start at least one.
One what? I'd like to pay 40 bucks for it. Put it back down there.
But if you want to add another 20 to that,
You are a hard bargainer. Does this look good enough for me to pay 60?
If you like it, you can't get too hurt on it.
it matches your canvas jacket.
You got a deal, 60 bucks.
You got it.
Very nice hat.
Looks good on you, my man.
Yeah, the ball was rolling. We were finding our groove.
Now, before you make too many inquiries, I will suggest to you that what you do see in here is 17 years of an auction sale junkie. That's me.
I'm scared now. Can I just dig around over there?
Certainly may.
When I walked into the Quonset hut, I thought to myself, not going to be anything in there. Nope, you got some dead animals over here. Oh, a spoon collection. Less than desirable collectibles. Oh, that's nasty.
That is bad, isn't it?
In the back, I could see some trunks and things, and you turn around towards the door.
And these branding irons, would you part with them?
I'm going to keep one B, one X, and one half diamond. The others are for sale.
1B and 1S. Scott and I both have a soft spot for branding irons. That leaves 4 odd branding irons.
A lot of farmers will buy branding irons and they will screw them to the outside of their sheds as decorative items. Looks like either an odd S or an odd Z. If you can get one from an important ranch, that can be a really good branding iron. I think we need to do a bulk buy on those ones.
6 irons, what do you say, 90 bucks, 15 bucks an iron?
Yeah.
Done.
The interesting thing is, even at that price, he hesitated. And I'm thinking, we're paying you more than they're worth, and you're hesitating.
I felt very good about it.
Ah. How many times do you see a bag of marbles and they're all landfill, right?
Yeah.
And look at this. One, two. For sure, 2 turn of the century marbles.
Good hunting. Where were you, in this
I was
box
just in
here?
this box. Let's see if there's any.
Keep digging, Scott.
More marbles. At the turn of the century, they had marbles that they actually blew from glass. The way you can tell the difference is because the ponto. And it looks to me like we've got a bunch of good ones in here. Most of them had inner cores that make them even more desirable.
For me, that's what makes antiques interesting. You know, a lot of the products that we take for granted today were made with quality in mind. They've stood the test of time, everything down to that little tiny glass marble.
We probably won't have to pay a lot for them.
I don't know, you're dealing with Jim.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles?
Actually, what I prefer to find out is how much it's going to cost me to get them back.
Normally, when you get a couple bags of marbles like that, you can hold them up and get them for $5. But Jim was tough.
I really don't know. Talk to me.
Oh, well, here's the problem. When you ask me that question, I have to tell you the truth. Jim wouldn't set a price on anything. He made us tell him what we would pay. These ones are, for the most part, landfill. But there's a few in here that are good. They're good because these are turn-of-the-century marbles. I would give you $40 for the marbles.
Sold.
I made him, I think, a pretty fair offer because I can tell you, he would have put those in a garage sale for like $5, and that's what he would have got for them. Wow. You know, I've got this thing about cowboy hats. Up hanging on a set of antlers, I saw another cowboy hat. Seems to be the same size as my head.
Every once in a while, we're buying for ourselves.
That's not too bad, is it?
You look
Now-
cool, my man. You look really cool.
Now, this is a bit of a beater. It's got a little wear inside there.
Yeah, it does. But that's called experience.
I hope you're going to treat me a little bit kinder on this one.
Just to show you that my heart's in the right place, we're going 6-0 on the brown one. We'll round it out to an even, nice little 100 bill, and you own the pair of them.
You know, Jim, this is way more than I would ever pay for a hat this bad, but I got to have it. So we got a deal.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta have the 2 good hats together. There you go. See, I told you the top was most comfortable, right? There you go. Now you're cooking. Yeah.
Jim, it was a pleasure.
My man, I'll tell you what, it was a good time.
We got a lot of good stuff, and we had a lot of fun.
You're gonna have to teach him how to wear hats there.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Whoa. I'm getting back in the truck before I lose my hat.
Happy trails.
See you
See you
later.
guys.
Hey, well, that was one fun pick.
You know, that made the day. I wasn't sure what we were going to find there, but wow, we filled the truck at least. It was fun negotiating with him because he had it in his mind that he was going to be a little tough, and he was, and he didn't take any bull on anything. I'm wearing my new lucky hat right now. That's for tomorrow. This Badlands is incredible. It's just amazing how this just sort of sits right in the middle of Alberta, and 30 miles on either side of it. You'd not like that.
You'd never know it was here.
Yeah. I can't believe I've never stopped here. This is just fun. Yeah, it's just amazing.
We've got another pick to go to. Wayne, an old coal mining town. Lots of coal around here.
I would never have thought to come here had it not been for the phone call.
I'm Fred, and I live in Wayne, Alberta. Been here for 54 years, raised in the old Last Chance Saloon.
My understanding is the bar's not going to be running much longer, so we might have a chance.
The bar is for sale.
Who knows? There could be something in there. There could be something real good.
Ever considered a change of career?
Not in Wayne.
Current population in Wayne today is 27 people.
Wow, look at this. Step back in time. I love it.
Let's just walk in, scope the place out, figure out if there's anything here for us or whether or not this is a wild goose chase. Looks like you on Saturday night, that guy with the boots up, head down. Well, ready?
Yeah, let's go in.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey.
Hey,
How we doing?
great place you got here.
Oh, thanks.
I heard the bar was for sale, though.
Yeah, I've been at it for 27 years, and it's time to semi-retire.
Whoa.
That I love.
Well, it's really interesting, isn't it?
The saloon was built in 1913.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
This was a coal mining town, gotten a lot of history from old timers that used to live here. There's some artifacts from the mines and the houses that were here back when the place was booming. By the middle 50s, all the mines in Wayne were closed.
Everywhere I look, there's fantastic stuff.
Collected a lot of this stuff from when I was a kid, not knowing that, it would become my favorite things later on in life.
What's the story on the photo of Wayne?
Well, that photo was from the early 20s. We had over 2,500 people. We had stores, banks, booming
The
town.
circa 1900 strip mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that photo something that you'd let go? I'm sure 1,000 people have asked him if he'd sell it before.
Probably not. That was a gift from an old friend of mine, actually.
All the good things are gifts.
All the good things are gifts, yeah. This whole bandbox in the corner here, my friend Ted Carter, he gave it to me. It came out of the old bus depot in Calgary. I'll get her fired up.
That's really interesting. Oh, here we go. Wow. The lights are on and everything.
Yeehaw!
Fantastic, eh?
That's beautiful. I could see that in my house. Have you ever had any good offers on it?
10 grand on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Ted wanted it somewhere where basically the whole world could see it, and that would be here at the Last Chance Saloon. We're kind of a crossroads to the world.
We wanted to own a piece of that, but it wasn't going to happen.
What about the boar's head?
A fella hunted him with a bow in northern Alberta.
Seriously?
Yeah, had his stuff brought it home to his wife, and his wife said, not in my house.
Could that be up for sale?
It could be, yeah.
What would you want for that?
Well, good question. If I did sell it, I'd probably have to maybe talk to the owner. I know he gave it to me, but he might have fallen in love with it since then.
Maybe his wife has too, right? He wants it back. The carrot is dangled and then it's snatched away. That's really tough for a picker. I found a stereoscope and some cards. Is that something that you might be interested in parting with?
I think we could.
Before moving pictures, that was a way to get you into places that you'd never seen before, and in 3D.
Well, that's interesting. There's no question about that. The Theater of Satan.
Now, the stereoscopes themselves are not that hard to find, but the good cards are. What would it take to separate you from the stereoscope in cards?
Probably around $225.
His prices were through the moon. I think one of the reasons may have been because he wasn't interested in selling it.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
People made offers that were ridiculous. And so that's what he thinks the price is. Well, there's a lot of stuff we'd like to buy, but I think you're attached to most of it.
I am attached to a fair bit of it, all right.
That's the peril of being a picker. People think they want to sell, and then when push comes to shove, they're just not ready. Well, maybe that's one to leave here, if you don't mind, just aside for a minute.
Yeah.
What's happening here today is exactly what I feared might happen. That fly cop sign. Looks like it's from sort of the 1930s, maybe 40s.
As far as selling it, somebody wanted to buy it last week.
And what did they offer you?
They didn't offer because I told them it wasn't for sale.
Okay, well, is it for sale today?
What do you offer?
Everything I was asking about, he couldn't part with. What do you want?
1,000?
No, it's not worth 1,000.
There we go then.
He wouldn't part with bull snake. on the wall up there. Is that something you would consider moving?
No.
Or you had to talk to somebody about parting with it. The boar's head, do you have to make a call on that? And then he wouldn't talk to somebody about parting with it.
I better hold on to it. I'm just sorry to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't sell it.
From time to time, I do sell stuff out of my saloon. The majority of it I like to keep.
Hey, time to make a couple last offers and move along.
You got a Coke button in the back room. What are you thinking about that?
Oh, it's worth a couple grand.
Couple grand.
Yeah.
Couple grand. Come on now, Fred.
Yeah, and I always laugh when I see people putting huge prices on those things because they think they're rare. Well, every corner store in Canada had at least 2 of them.
This one happened to be all shot up.
That would work out to about, what, $400 or $500 a hole?
About that, yeah. When I buy stuff for myself, a lot of people will give me a bit of a deal on it because it is for me and I'm gonna keep it, not just turn it over.
That come from around here, too?
Did, yeah. Another gift.
When it comes right down to it, we just can't afford to pay for sentimentality.
Just before I leave, can I get one of these jalapeno pickled eggs to go, please?
Oh, yeah, you gotta try one of them.
I love pickled eggs.
Hoo-wee.
Smell that,
Smells
eh?
like the prairies, yes.
That'll be $1.50, please. Thank you very much. Well, it's always good to make a sale, regardless.
That is beautiful. The best thing about that pick was the pickled eggs.
I'm glad they were here and I enjoyed their company.
I'm really glad I got to see the Last Chance Saloon. Probably my last chance to see it. Wasn't great picking, but there's always another pick, and there's not always another pickled egg. Scott and I have a pretty good broad knowledge on a lot of things, but certain things we have associates that are experts. Sid's a friend of both of ours. We both respect his opinion.
I take a few pictures and emailed them to Sid last night. Now we're gonna give him a call and find out what he has to say.
Hey, Sid, it's Sheldon. Scott sent you some photos. There was that truck.
Would you take $50 for it?
Did you get a chance to look at it?
I did. Nice truck. These are really popular with collectors in Canada.
Do you have a feel for a price, Sid?
It should sell for somewhere between $150 and $200.
Oh, excellent. Hey, that's good news. There was 3 photographs.
Realistically, $50 for the 3?
for the 3? Yeah.
It works.
Okay. So I'm dying to know what you think they're worth.
As a collection, they might be worth more than individually, but you should easily get $50 to $75 a piece.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's one we'll make a buck on.
Last but not least, my marbles. What do you think about them?
Yeah, that was an interesting group, too.
I would give you $40 for the marbles. Give me the good or bad news.
You probably can get $10 to $15 a piece for those nicer ones. The other ones, $5 to $8 each.
Hey, fantastic.
Yes, excellent again.
Hey, good luck on the road.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sid. See ya.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You do want to drive?
I'll try.
I don't like that.
I like to keep you on edge, yeah. We've made a few bucks and we're on our way to pick some more, so that's really encouraging.
She didn't run away screaming.
Can be between 10,000 to 100,000.
Wow.
You say yes or no, you don't deal.
Okay.
I love your basement, man.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought you said you love me, that's it, but that's
no.
okay.
Wow. There's stuff everywhere.
Holy.
You are hurting me, man.
You almost had me crying there for a minute.
But I'm worried.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between. looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
I went to the Habs game last night.
I used to be a huge fan of Jean Beliveau when I was a kid.
What was your nickname when you played hockey?
Goldilocks, because I had long hair like this.
Somebody tagged you?
It was more important for me to have girlfriends than it was to have short hair. So now that we know what people called me, what was your nickname?
Well, at the frat house at university, I was known as Schmucker. We're in the eastern townships of Quebec, east and south of Montreal.
On our way to Scottstown. There it is, 26K.
We're off the beaten path, and that's a good thing for a pick. It's an old, established area, lots of old farms. We're going to see Miriam and Mark. She's been collecting apparently for 15 years, but I know she wants to sell. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, that looks like it. This is it right here.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you? Scott, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, Mark. Okay, I'm Sheldon. Okay.
I redo all my studies in Montreal as historian. I like the New France period, 200 years ago. I like the style, the furniture, the way of living, everything.
So why are you selling?
We become old. I have a son of 26 years, and he don't care about antiques at all.
There's a certain segment of today's young people that just don't care about this old stuff. So that's good for us because it means that there's not a family member laying in the weeds putting a claim to all the good pieces.
Yeah, we have a very old loom.
Wow. Do you ever
From the 17th century from Quebec, in the Township area. It's very a museum piece.
Yeah.
So how did you come about it?
I was visiting a farmer, and I was in a barn, and it was all in pieces. And he says he's going to burn it next week.
Oh, no.
To burn it?
Yeah.
I
Firewood?
say I take all the parts and I take it.
What would something like this sell for?
An evaluator told me it can be between 10,000 to 100,000.
Wow.
There's no price about it.
What would you ever compare it to? There'd be so
Yeah.
few.
We'll never see another one, so we may as well find out what it would cost to buy this one.
The minimum I would sell is 5,000.
No doubt it's worth every penny,
And more.
Yeah.
but to a museum, not to a couple of pickers.
Right. Is this an old primitive shingle maker for
Yeah,
wood
exactly.
shingles?
It's an old one
Mom,
from 1900.
Right?
Also from the area.
Oh, I
It's
love it.
really original and is in good condition.
How did you get this?
Also by farmers.
Farmers.
And you see the mark of the hammer or any tool was used to do
Oh,
it,
yeah.
to cut it. It's make it very original.
Miriam, what would you want for the shingle
The
bench?
evaluation was around $200.
It's a nice thing.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I love it, but I'm taking it out west where nobody made shingles out of wood out there. So I want to try and keep myself into that for the least amount of money possible.
Now, are you negotiable? Because I love this piece. It's so primitive.
Well, let's see what else they got. First.
I'd like to strike up a deal. I love doing a quick buy. The game is on.
What is your offer?
Could we pay you $100 for that?
I will go to 125. Is that all right?
Your call.
Well, let's get the ball rolling. 125 sold.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we go inside your house and see some more?
When somebody's got that in their porch,
Let's go.
you know they're going to have something good in the house.
Ah,
So we
wow.
have a lot of primitive here for you.
Yes.
This is a mysterious piece.
Yes, it is, isn't it? And a little tiny bit of the original paint left on them.
It's a very nice piece.
It's a mystery piece, though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
I believe it to be American. Miriam thought it was American as well.
With the hat, it looks part of the American story, according to the hat.
Where would you have found this?
In a farmer's place, in a barn.
Everything's from a farmer's place in a barn.
Which way is the barn? Where do we go? Miriam writes for a farm magazine, and she would travel the countryside from farm to farm. She'd ask if they had things they wanted to dispose of in the barns, and that's how she got most of the pieces.
Are you interested?
I think I am. What do you say, Miriam?
For the price?
Yes.
$300.
to me, that's a retail, maybe even beyond. He's a little bit dear for resale.
If I actually knew what it was, then I might be able to figure out, do I have a market for that or don't I?
It could be a decorative piece also somewhere.
Well, I'll make you an offer. I'd say $100.
I think about it.
Okay? I'll let this stout gentleman rest here.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets packaged with another item. Maybe we come back to it and buy it at 100. Maybe there's some room to maneuver.
Now, this
Oh, that is a big piece. The,
big piece.
The
It's a
cigar
little
malt.
piece.
It was to make cigars. So you put the plant inside.
You'd wrap it in the
Yeah,
leaves,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
right?
yeah. In good condition, excellent condition.
Really? Nothing's chipped or broken really
No.
off of it at all. You could still make cigars.
Yes.
Or maybe something a little more nefarious than
yeah.
that. and what are you asking for that?
That is a big piece.
And of course, big piece for her means big money. I'm still curious what you're asking for
It's
it.
$500.
Oh. I think I'm just going to leave that for now and work my way in here. Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. That is a big piece.
I always touch big pieces. I'm not sure if it's because she thought I had a good eye or she thought I was an easy mark. What is it? It looks like it's got something
It's
to do
a
with
sugar
maple
malt.
syrup.
It is beginning 1800.
Yes.
How come it's got a price on it? That's what I want to know. Do you have like this open as a shop
No,
or something?
no. In the past, but we don't. We are
How
no
long
more.
ago?
3-4 years ago.
Okay. The bad thing is, it was an antique store and she knows what she's doing. The good thing is, we can really bargain with her because she's in the biz. And when you're in the biz, fair game. Let's see how good your memory is. How much is it?
It was evaluated at 9,000.
Wow. Well, that is a big piece.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm putting that back.
Yeah.
Good enough.
What about this cabinet here? Is that a big piece?
No.
Can I take a closer look at
go
the
ahead,
cabinet?
go ahead.
Sure.
It's an old cabinet from 1800. At that time, it was beef blood.
So when you say
Made by
beef
the
blood,
farm.
that's what they mixed up with something to paint?
Yeah.
It's original, it's primitive, perfect size. Anyone would love to have that in their house.
I found it in a farm. It was in pieces. We have to rebuild it completely.
This is a homemade piece, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
70,
It's early.
1850, 1870?
It's an early, yes.
Yeah. You know what I like, Scott? I like the fact that it's truly been sitting on the
Oh,
floor.
everything's rotted right off of it.
Yeah.
The back is all right. The back is
But
good.
can I take a peek at the back?
Of course.
It's warm in here. Da-dun, da-dun.
That's right, sure.
It looks just what I'm looking for. It looks right. It's planked, it's primitive. Nobody's messed around with it other than maybe just
No.
pieced it back together.
Yeah, exactly. Are you interested?
It's so
It's
primitive,
very
I love
primitive,
it.
yeah.
Exactly.
I would say it's, sincerely, it's $400.
That was a good price. But I knew because she's in the biz, I could try and negotiate with her. I'd be happier at too. She didn't run away screaming when I did that.
300?
250.
250 sold.
Sold. Excellent.
Mark, he's a little more enthusiastic about selling these things than Miriam is. Miriam, perhaps you want to make us some coffee. We're going to deal here with Mark.
Now, just before we leave this space, what can you tell me about this?
That is an old farmer's cupboard.
Armoire is what we
Armoire,
call
yes.
it. Now we got the red one out of the way and we realized that, hey, she's not too bad on that type of thing. So I thought I'd take a run at her on the green piece. No skeletons in the closet?
No, a lot of books. Antique
Wow.
books.
If we buy that baby, it's going to take a while to empty it.
No, it's go quick, don't worry. That was used in their kitchen.
It's like a jam cupboard, except an extra big one.
Exactly.
How much do you want for it? Oh, she gulped.
No.
Mark, get back here.
Okay.
No.
I'm here.
No.
Is this a big piece or an ordinary piece?
But it's a big piece.
I would say 8's what I'd be prepared to pay for that.
That's what
You
we
mean
need.
800?
800. That's what we need to pay to sell it because we're probably going to price it at 14, sell it for 12.
900?
How about 850?
Fair.
Done.
How easy that was.
I'm noticing that he's piping in. Mark, Scott.
I keep forgetting to
Oh,
talk.
he's
I should
so
be
easy.
talking to you.
Mark is your best friend.
That's right.
Yeah, Mark and Miriam are so different, but they're so much fun together. She's Parisian French. He's sort of a guy from the neighborhood.
Miriam is the negotiator.
Yes, because I'm a tough person.
Exactly.
Let's see what you got in this room here.
Right.
Wow, there's things everywhere, Scott.
There are.
That is a very old desk also. Fine desk. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's just a classic. I know Scott really loves nature, naturalistic things, and I thought, well, here's a beaver with a corn cob.
I didn't know beavers ate corn. Now, where's his tail? It's a muskrat. It isn't a beaver.
No, it's not a beaver. It's a dog of the prairie.
Yeah, it's a big groundhog.
It's
They
a
got teeth on it.
prairie dog. It's the Texas prairie dog.
It is really bad, but it's big. And if you can't make it good, make it big.
I cannot sell under $50.
I can say I've never seen him before. not that often, never before.
I'd be okay if we said we won't see him again.
Yeah, I would be too, but you know what? We might have to have him for a mascot.
Oh, no.
So, are you serious? Like 50's the rock bottom?
Yeah. He's a special.
$40.
He's like he's
Okay, so.
deal.
That was easy.
You killed me. I was gonna go no deal.
She got me in a moment of weakness. He's worth about $2, right? But the look on Sheldon's face was worth every cent of that $40. He's riding in your seat, buddy.
And I'm hitchhiking.
You don't like Skippy?
I like Skippy. I just didn't have him in mind for our mascot.
I see a whole bunch of little ducks all over the place.
Yes, antique swan in wood.
These were good old working decoys, and the quantity makes them very desirable.
What is your bargain price on a flight of ducks?
400 altogether.
That's a good deal.
No, but don't look this.
$395
Yeah.
per duck. My heart can't take much more of this. Ducks are not the hottest thing going these days, right? But I think we could do 300 for a flight of ducks.
Deal.
See, there was a good.
Miriam, I like the way you just made a decision. What'd you find, Scott?
Well, it's an old photo album of some sort, and I think it's got cards in it.
Yeah, the cards are from 1900.
So what would a book like this be worth to you? See,
What will you offer me?
well, for me to buy that book, I'd have to buy it no more than $100.
Scott offered you 100. We left this little Porteous fellow sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd offer you 100 for him, so that's $200.
I would say I'm going to negotiate.
Not this.
No.
Not that one, no, please.
I was surprised. Mark actually stepped in and said, whoa! Normally he was stepping in and going, yeah! Are you telling me you don't want to sell this?
Because actually, I think it's more valuable. It's a good piece.
I think it's a good piece too.
It's a very good piece.
But if it's 300 retail, we got to buy it for less to sell it, right?
250 for the two-piece.
Are we going to create a marital disturbance
No,
here?
don't.
No. Okay, go ahead.
250. Done.
When you're married, the woman's a boss, so I'll let
I
her
think,
do.
no, I am the
Yes.
one who negotiates
Right.
generally.
And there's a cabinet in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Miriam had mentioned another primitive piece in the kitchen. Ah, the blue room.
There's the cupboard you're talking about.
That is an old cupboard from the farmers too. Original colors.
It was blue, which is good. It was big, which is not good. Looks like it's been rehinged a couple times.
We have to ask
The price.
the price. But I'd like to ask Mark.
You don't want to stop.
I don't think mine.
I don't think
Mine
Yes,
is the
Ben,
boss.
speak a
He's
lot.
the boss.
You're a wise man, Mark.
They keep it good. Yes.
Now, what can you offer me?
I would say $500 would be the most I'd ever spend for a piece like this.
$500 a deal.
You sure?
Wow.
Where you put all the stuff?
A, I was shocked at how big an offer Sheldon made on it. And B, I was shocked that she took it. And you can't bug me about Skippy anymore, buddy.
I'd say we're done, and we probably have one piece of furniture on the roof.
What a day, what a pick. Great, great people. I can hold it. Nope, we're good, we're good.
Don't get a hernia.
That was a great
Thank you very
time.
much.
Enjoyed
Thank
your
you.
very much.
Merci.
Thank you.
You're a hard bargainer,
Yeah.
but he's not.
No, I know that. So I think I get a good deal and they get a good deal.
Bonne chance.
Yes, Beauchamp.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I enjoy their company.
And we invite them to come back.
Hey, Skippy. Well, that was a lot of fun.
What a great couple.
They were a great couple.
Yeah.
They had some fun things.
Yeah.
She was really fun to negotiate with.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you never knew she was bluffing you, right? Because when I said 40 on Skippy, she said I couldn't sell them for less than 50. I said 40, and she had her hand out, done, quick. So I think we're pretty darn close here.
Yeah, we're going for a pick in the eastern townships of Quebec, one of the oldest parts of the province. And we're going to see Ghee. He's got all sorts of everything. Supposedly a barn full of stuff. This could be our guy right
There's
here.
a barn.
Yeah.
I think this is the place. Oh. Oh, look, he's got advertising signs. Everything, everywhere. Man, there is a pile of stuff.
There's your red
here.
Indian sign.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
And there's stuff spilling out the sides.
Wow.
You'd be Ghee.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Great, I'm Sheldon.
Pleased to meet you.
And Scott.
How are you?
So how does one guy accumulate this much stuff?
Auctions and garage sales and knowing a lot of people. My father and mother used to collect antiques and go to auctions, and they used to bring me there when I was a kid. I was hoping someday I'd be able to go to auctions myself, which I ended up doing a little bit. There's a few treasures here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you suggest we start? You're leading us this way?
Why
Let's head
not?
to the garage.
I'm gonna walk between the gas pumps. Wow. There's stuff everywhere.
Holy.
I can't keep it all, and I've decided to let some stuff go. I know there's more out there, and the fun is to find it, buy it, and find a new home for it after.
Look at that Molson's banner. Ah, la vie c'est bon moment. And look, he's got the big trout with a fly. I don't think that's particularly old. Ghee, you'd help us with that.
I'd say 50s, 60s.
Look good in a fishing lodge, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When it's up high like that, does that mean it's not for sale?
No, sometimes it's for sale.
It looks like it's fairly complete.
Yes.
But I can see it's got a little bit of a ripple. It's had a
Yeah,
little bit
exactly.
of moisture. What would you want for that?
$200, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's got a chunk right out of it here. It's had some water damage on this end of it. I still liked it, but I wasn't gonna think about making an offer on it unless we couldn't find anything else to buy. Wow. I can get you out of bed with that in the morning.
Yeah, that'd be good. Except it's me getting you out of bed. Ghee had a fire alarm box.
It's an old one.
What's it gonna take to send that one to the prairies?
I bought that at a dealer, so I need about $450 for that.
Whoa.
He had paid a lot of money.
I've got $350 into it.
Yeah.
And he overpays because he loves it so much. If you had the right buyer for it, you might take a step on it. I just
Yeah.
don't know if we got the right buyer.
But there's lots to look at, so let's continue.
I see you had a big red Indian sign out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any that are in a little better shape?
Right over here.
Wow. Now that is a killer.
It went on a post to tell you, of course, to keep to the right. There's a Red Indian gas station up ahead, and it dates back in the 30s.
Red Indian, of all the oil and gas collectibles, is king of the castle. Absolutely killer image. I'm guessing you've been offered a lot of zeros for that.
That's not for sale.
Ghee wants good dollars for his stuff. I'd like to look at that. So I'm now switching gears and I'm saying, okay, now I'm gonna go after the rare and the mint. up on the shelf, I spotted an Anarco tin and a Mazda lights display case, automobile lamps. The Anarco, that's a rare one. I've not seen that one before. Got the guy on it. That makes all the difference, right? The Mazda light was in pretty well mint condition. It's an old store display would have sat in the auto shop, right?
Yep.
And it's got the little lamps in there.
That's right.
A lot of people will use these for displaying stuff in, right?
Right, right.
What would you want for the Mazda lamp?
$250.
And what would you want for the Anarco tin?
80.
If I took both of them, could you give me a bit of a break?
250, 80.
How about 275 for the pair?
No, I can't.
What can you do?
320 for the two.
You're taking the 10 bucks off.
I'm taking the whole $10 off the can.
You are hurting me, man.
Let's go look at the little garage. I'm worried. Ghee wasn't bending at all on his prices.
You wouldn't do 300, eh? How about 310?
Okay.
I'll take that.
Everything has a value, and I try and evaluate it for what it's worth.
Is this one any warmer?
Not really.
Is that a boat prow or something?
Yep.
It's got some design
Got
to
some
it.
design. I wanted to use it as a light.
Now, just out of curiosity, if I was going to decide I wanted to have a stupid-looking lamp,
Yep.
what would you charge me for that?
The 150.
Whoa! That seems like a lot. Sheldon's frustrated. Ghee's not coming down at all on his prices.
When I give a price, I expect to sell it for that price. I just don't want to negotiate too much.
You got an ice cream sign here. What about it?
It's very good condition.
It is in good condition. What would you be looking for out of this one?
250.
Are you going to leave me some meat on the bone, Ghee? Or are you going to give me a bit of a deal? I got to sell it, remember. I'm not a collector, I'm a seller.
2.25.
I like the condition.
Excellent condition.
But where we're coming from, English over French, pretty much every time.
Send it off to Mont Tremblant where it belongs.
It's red, Sheldon. We're playing good cop, bad cop. 2.25, done.
That's good. The ball is rolling.
You almost had me crying there for a minute.
Are we going in here?
Yep, go right in.
Whoa, wow. You got some stuff here.
Holy.
Geez, I've got the pair for this one. 20 bucks?
25?
18?
20 is fine.
Done! I won one! Sheldon, I won one!
I think we should move along. There's probably another barn to be had.
It never ends, does it? Never ends. My goodness.
I know what my friend Scott would say. He'd say, you're a sick man. The barn's huge, and it's chock-a-block full of stuff. Check this out. Whoa! What was this, G?
Part of a sign, a trade sign or...
Wrought iron. Looks
Yeah.
like it's from the Art Nouveau period.
Would you part with it, Guy?
Yes, I would. $50?
Take 30?
No.
40.
40.
Sold. Does this work?
Yes, oh yes it does.
It helped that he understood that I liked what he liked.
Isn't that nostalgia at its finest?
What would you want for this wonderful piece of 1970s decor?
I'd go $100.
I'd pay that much for somebody to take it away, but that's okay. Deal on it, Scott.
I haven't seen this one before, so I'm gonna offer you 50 bucks on it.
The best I can do is 75.
Well, you know, that's the best bubble one I've seen, so I'm gonna take your 75. Much to my partner's chagrin.
Negotiating was a lot of fun.
Do I have to shake on it? You gotta love this fella.
Voyageur, what's the story?
That's a Labatt 50 advertising. It was used at the entrance coming in a hotel. You know, come on in and have a 50.
So what would your price be on something like that, Ghee?
I can go $275.
And where did the number come from, 275?
I had no idea.
At least you're honest.
You got a little guy out front. What would you do if we packaged the two of them together?
I can go $350
For the pair?
for the pair.
It's your call.
Any room to move? 300? 300 for the pair?
3 1/4.
3 1/4, done. See, look at him, Shell. He's a little rough, but, you know, he's still a cool little guy. Anything advertising is good and popular. Anybody that collects liquor memorabilia, beer memorabilia, is gonna wanna have that piece.
Is there any story behind the beaver?
My friend loves beavers. Sheldon's never met a beaver he doesn't like. You buy every beaver we see.
What would you want for him?
$40?
I was kind of thinking 20. How about we split the difference?
Yeah, 30?
30 it is, done.
That's fair. Thank you.
He's turned. That's good. The ball is rolling.
Looks like it's 1940s Miami Beach.
$10.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. We got a deal.
How's 50?
50's fine.
Done.
Thank you.
Can we do 100? Perfect.
Thank you.
What would you need for a float?
40? $40?
I was thinking 20.
Do what it is. It's the top of a barber pole.
It's not a buoy?
Store advertising, I think.
I don't know, but we'll get back to it.
Oh, wow. I immediately saw the Butterick store display. Sheldon, come look at this. Killer piece, all wood, great advertising.
Here's Butterick himself as well. Nice to have the sign along with it.
What would you want for the cabinet and the sign?
200 for the sign and 500 for the cabinet.
It's nice.
Ghee, do you have any room in this?
$650.
Given all the stuff we bought, could you do 600 for the pair?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Merci.
Okay, let's get out of here and get that van loaded up. I had to bring it out just to look at it one more time. And I still think that was top of barber pole.
You guys seem to like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Put it in the truck.
Oh, you're a gentleman. All right, let's go. I'm going.
Thanks, Ghee. In the end, that was a really good day.
We could have spent a lot more time and a lot more money there. The last time I think we picked from dusk till dawn.
Hey, thanks, Ghee.
Thank you.
Next time we bring the semi, we load her up.
You could go back here every year and you'll see a lot of new stuff. Thank
Bonne
you.
chance, mon ami.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bonne chance. Take care. Bye-bye.
Real happy with today.
He was a good guy.
We walked away with some mint things and some really unusual things.
We have a relationship. We'll do business with him again.
So what can you tell me about Sherbrooke?
Oh, we're right here in the heart of the eastern townships of Quebec. They made a lot of furniture here in the 20s and 30s and 40s. Down the road here, Jean-Pierre apparently has a 10-room house.
Wow, that's a big house.
Yeah, big house, and he's the ultimate garage sailor.
Ooh, that could be interesting, you know?
Yeah. Now wants to sell a lot of the stuff that he's been garage sailing for years.
Wow.
So who knows what we're gonna see. Yeah.
If you've got a 10-room house, it's going to be one of these.
I think we're close. Nice old Victorian.
I think it's right here.
As we approach JP's house, oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It's an old Victorian. This should be exciting.
I'm always excited to get into a guy's place that's been doing it for a long, long time, lives in an old house. I'm looking forward to it. I love the deck, too.
Yes.
Hey, bon matin.
You must be Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
Yes?
You're interested in antiques?
Well, I'm passionate on antiques.
I know we're in for a good day, because this guy's a picker. You can see it in the way he looks, the way he dresses.
That's what I'm in. The house is old and everything inside is old.
We'd love to
Yeah,
see
okay.
what you got.
Okay, come in.
Yeah. As we walked in, there was stuff everywhere, and it looked good.
When I see antiques in the newspaper, I run to be the first there and try to hunt these antique things and get them.
There's a ton of stuff I want to buy, and hopefully the prices are right. See, you got a pickle jar there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's pull it out and take a look at it. On a table is an advertising jar, pickle jar. This is probably a jar that would have come over from England, filled with pickles, or it would have been sent here and then you filled it with pickles here.
I believe you because most people here were British. You like pickles or you like jars?
I like advertising. What would you want for something like that?
I don't remember how much I paid that. I bought that many years ago. I would say like 50 bucks.
Is that what you priced it at, 69?
Yeah.
I'm noticing that JP's got prices on a lot of things. He sells mostly to dealers. The odd time the public will come in and either buy or sell to him. How about 40 bucks? We've got a deal.
Okay.
First sale of the day. Really fair price on that, so I know we can deal with this guy.
Hey, I like the washstand that it's
Yeah.
sitting on. That's kind of an interesting piece of Canadiana.
Yeah.
Probably had a harp or a little backsplash on it.
Yeah, that's what they call that backslash.
But it's kind of nice. It's nice, clean oak. What would you want for that?
I don't know, $100?
Could we say 75?
Okay.
75, done.
Okay. Great. Well, I have a few things downstairs. Want to get a look?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We feel privileged when we get into
Well,
somebody's
that's okay.
attic or their
Yeah.
basement. Can I look through the snowshoes?
Yeah, you can.
There's enough snowshoes here to do all of southern Alberta. Everybody gets a pair.
Sheldon is picking the cream of the crop out of them. This one looks like really old. You can tell the thinness of the wood and the thinness of the gut. Turn of the century, 1920. These ones are not that old, but they're an oddball shape, aren't they? Those would be the 50s, 60s.
Those were native-made snowshoes, decorative. They're for the cabin. They're the look. The old babiche is what people want. Looks like we got 3 pairs and an orphan. What would it take to buy them all, Pierre?
The whole?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about like average price for each $50. That's $150 for the 3.
How about 130? And we throw in the orphan.
Pay me. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I love your basement, man.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought you said you love me. That's it, but that's okay.
I like
We
your
love
basement.
you too.
Okay.
We're picking from the pecker. It doesn't get any better than that.
We're getting the best of what he's got.
That's a piano stool.
Revolving top, so you can go up and down. It can be either used with a pump organ or a piano. I always like the glass ball in the feet.
Those are nice.
Yeah. The unusual part is this one has a back, and that's much more rare. What would you want for something like that?
Oh, big piece,
I
big
got the
piece.
whistle.
Usually I restore them,
Yeah.
and then I get a better price. When they're restored, I get like $175.
How much do you sell them for in the rough?
$100.
Your call, bud.
$100?
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
This looks like a piece, what we would call trench art, even though it's not necessarily made in the trenches, but that whole genre of items that they made out of shells or military pieces has come to be called trench art. It's quite cool because he's married a lamp base with eagles on it, married it to a shell. In the First World War, generally it was done in the trenches, so people only had very crude implements and they would be very folky and crude looking. Later on, they call it trench art, but this was made in a factory. When I say a factory, though, I mean like on a base, an army base or something.
Okay.
He would have had an old shell, and he would have probably been somebody that was in the machining business before the war, and he just made something that was cool. One of the reasons I got a soft spot for trench art is because I have at home from my great-grandmother's estate a piece of trench art that her husband carved in the trenches in France and sent home to her.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what would you sell that for?
My price I thought was $125, but you know, this one is dealable.
I think a good price for us to pay for it, to let us make a little bit of money, is 75 bucks.
Deal.
Excellent.
This time I say deal.
I like that one.
Scott and Sheldon, they're like me, passionate guys. I said, that's the guy I can show things, and they will appreciate that.
What do you think? We take a look on the other side here?
If you want, yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, look at this room.
Wow, that's a wild chair, isn't it? It's both attractive and creepy at the same time. Can I sit in it?
Yeah, I think it's like a lazy boy.
Whoa.
You can push more. Oh, it's solid, don't be worried. If you want to get it lower,
Just a second. Oh, man, Sheldon, you go pick. I'm sleeping.
There's a curved glass china cabinet right behind you. Don't recline too hard. I really like the cabinet. Yeah, this looks to be in pretty good condition. Replacement handle. And a little bit of the original finish is starting to lift. The main thing is 3 panels of curved glass.
you have a price in mind?
What do you think, Scott?
I think we could maybe do 400, 450 tops.
Don't break the glass. That's the price of the glass.
Yeah, I know.
We can't get any glass
I
in
know.
there. 450. Okay.
All right.
Another deal.
Thank you.
I take it that the rest of the stuff in here is sort of your good stuff. that-
Yeah, okay.
Let's head to another room.
Okay. This is supposed to be the kitchen. You can notice that because there's a fridge and the stove, but otherwise.
This is my kind of
I
kitchen.
love this
This is
kitchen.
a guy's kitchen.
You got some old stuff in here, Jean-Pierre. That thing's approaching 150 years old. It is ancient. Look at the stenciling on that.
I love the wheels. Look at the finger joints, Scott.
Yeah, finger jointed. This piece looks like it's hand forged on the end, Sheldon.
Oh, yeah. Done by a wheelwright.
The wheels were amazing on it. Oak wheels, hand forged steel all around. I love that wagon because it's old, it's primitive, it's in the rough, it hasn't been dicked with too much.
I got that a few weeks ago. It was all dusty and dirty.
Yeah. Could we buy that from you?
If there's one thing I'm taking home today, it's that wagon.
You're talking about my favorite item.
I would hope to get it normally for $250 or so.
The price I pay for that, and
Well,
it would be I like it around $500. You know.
if we step up and offer you 4, would that do it?
You know, it's not always the price, it's the
I would-
item. Well, I guess so. It's okay.
I'm shaking quick on that one.
Yeah. Hey, you know
Something
what?
to feel sorry.
That made my day because
Oh, yeah?
we're driving back to the prairies
Yeah.
with just a special piece from Quebec.
The guys are great. They know about things, they know I know it, they deal, and I'm a dealer. I like that.
Oh, Scott.
He takes us upstairs in this room that is just filled floor to ceiling with stuff.
Wow.
This is my, like, private.
Oh, are we in the inner sanctum?
Nobody usually comes here, but you know, things are here for a long, long time.
Say, Jean-Pierre,
Okay, yeah.
would you part
my
with
golf
some
club.
golf clubs? All hickory shafted clubs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like $15 each.
I was thinking more of 50. These 5 right here.
You never think over what I think I am.
Hasn't happened yet.
Pickers.
Yeah, that's where you pickers. Oh, it's okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that would have been a great toy when it was new. It's a rocket ship, and those are popular. There are guys who collect only space collectibles. American made, but this is a Mark's toy, really rough condition. So what would you want for something like that? You don't want to sell it, do you?
Okay, I'll make you a price, and this time you say yes or no, you don't deal.
Okay.
$50.
How about if I don't negotiate on that, but you give me a really good deal on the Hamilton?
Does that mean
Bee?
you're gonna negotiate on that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll start at 100.
45.
I'm at 75.
How about $60?
65.
I said 50 on this.
Yeah. How much did you say?
60. And I give you your 50 for that.
Right. Deal.
Done? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks. You do have a couple lamps here that I like.
Yeah, they're probably from the 50s.
Yeah, maybe even a little earlier than that, but maybe
Yeah.
could be from the 40s. I'm not sure.
Those two you're touching, those are pairs.
It's a matched pair, which is very important when you're buying lamps because somebody can put them beside a mantelpiece or in a corner. Would you sell me this pair here? They're the better ones. Most of them had 3 rings. These had 4 rings. It also had 4 rings on the bottom and 4 rings on the top.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the last piece I'm gonna sell in this room. 150?
How about 125?
Right.
Let's go clean out the van and see how much room we got.
Okay.
I'm thinking, how are we going to get all this stuff into our truck?
stand it straight up. Turn it around so that that goes through.
Okay. So everything went in.
There's no room left in there.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so long, partner.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, keep picking.
Great guy, great prices. I'm coming back. Love that wagon.
We made a friend today, and we made some money. It doesn't get any better than that for us.
We're going to see an appraiser we know in Montreal, Patrick. We're going to take him a couple of lamps that we picked up. Well, Montreal is one of those incredible bastions of modern design and furniture.
There's more modern here than there is in our market.
I'd be interested to see what he thinks in terms of the market in Montreal.
He's an auctioneer, he knows his trade, he knows the market. Here we go. This is the place.
Hopefully, these are getting heavy.
They're very nice, they're in good condition. They're almost new.
The guy had a bunch of them, but they were all a little busted or missing pieces or they didn't match up. We grabbed the two that were a pair.
Most of them are broken because it's aluminum, it's very thin aluminum, so sometimes they're crushed or some screws are missing. But these ones look very nice, they're in good condition. You made a good deal.
Have you sold anything like this before?
Yeah, usually I sell them. I never sold them in pair. In fact, those lamps are Art Deco period lamps from about 1920, 1925.
Is the market for modern strong?
They are still in style.
How about 100 and a quarter?
I think that a pair like this should sell in the auction between $400 and $600 for the pair.
I think we did well on those. Hey, thank you, Patrick.
Right, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, it was great. But I got one more thing. I want you to look at a really high-end item.
Good, a surprise.
Okay?
I apologize for my partner.
Now look.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, have you ever seen one of those before?
Yeah, but alive.
We got a little friendly bet going. So the bet is how much money did we lose on Skippy? 40 bucks.
It's like it's
Okay,
deal.
So what do you think I could sell Skippy for at your
He
auction?
shows up in the middle of the auction and...
I would say around $12.
I didn't lose.
Thank you very much.
I didn't lose as much as I thought. I thought I was going to be down to $2.
If you keep it as a mascot,
He's worth more to me.
$100.
Come on.
You were most kind. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks again. Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Poor Skippy.
That was good news.
Yeah, I was quite happy that Patrick was as enthusiastic about those lamps as I am. The only thing I thought he was off base on was the skipster. If I'm not selling him, we're going to get a recliner for him so he can ride with us.
Yeah, we stop and go to a restaurant. We ask for a table for 3.
Exactly. He's part of the team.
He's part of the team. Oh, look at that.
He has some weird buildings.
What's going on here, Scott?
I have no idea.
What kind of dollars do you want for the whole shooting match?
It's up around 23,000.
Wow!
Got a big old Tom, vicious Tom.
Go in like a man.
Look at those claws. He could do some damage. I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Gotta love the West Coast. I love these totem poles.
They've got such great stories. I love some of these, like the guy riding the whale there. So we're here. We're going to be hitting Chilliwack,
Yeah.
I think Abbotsford, Langley, Surrey.
So why don't I drive?
I'm not overly excited about you driving.
We're on our way to at Bridal Falls. It's in the Fraser Valley.
It's a really nice area. It should be some good stuff here.
Simon Fraser, great explorer. This was his gateway to the Pacific.
I guess that's right, yeah. We're going to see Henry. This guy, I think, is going to be primarily oil and gas, some Pepsi.
Excellent.
Yeah, so he's got some stuff. Now,
Does he say he's a seller?
he says he's a seller. He says he likes selling to pickers, and he says he's prepared to sell anything and everything he's got.
Hey, this looks like the place.
This is it. A couple big shell signs there.
Hey, you'd be Henry.
I'm Henry.
I'm Sheldon.
Hi, Henry Scott. Got some interesting stuff here.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
How long you been doing it?
Pretty well all my life. I've always enjoyed the old stuff ever since I was a kid. And the hunt's part of it. I like collecting anything that's rare, unusual.
Always oil and gas?
No. Used to collect kids. I got 9 kids, but I found that it's too expensive.
Well, let's head inside and see what we can look at.
This is great, Henry.
My wife's not into antiques like I am, but when I bought that, I asked her, I said, do you want to go necking in it tonight?
We need your truck to go picking in.
Not that one. I mean, you can borrow it, but you can't have it.
So we've identified the first thing that's not for sale.
Yeah.
Can we go in here?
Go do whatever you like.
Oh, yeah. This is the shell room.
That's the shell room.
He's an accumulator, and this happens to be his baby.
I worked for Shell for 7 years.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Obviously, they were good to you.
Woodstock, Ontario. I went to Woodstock, too.
Did you go to listen to the music?
I don't remember hearing any music.
That's a nice one, that Shell X 100, complete with all the tins. Would you sell your roadside stand and tins?
That there are the tins?
Yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't have that cheap a price on it.
Well, I know it's not going to be $50. How much is it going to be?
The way it is there?
Yeah.
$800.
Can't do that.
No.
This is a good little display cabinet. Would you part with that? A good little oak cabinet in perfect condition. Had nothing to do with shell. That's something I'd pay, maybe $60 for.
No, 100?
75?
85?
What do you think, Scott? Done. 85. Oh, you got a grip like a vice. And he kind of surprised me. He parted with that little display cabinet, and I think there's more to come.
I'm sort of happy now because Sheldon's broken the ice, so I'm hoping the rest of the day goes that way. I just want to take a look at this Bonanza lunch kit.
It doesn't have a handle on it, huh?
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. It's a Canadian lunch kit. You know how you can tell the Canadian lunch kit? Silver band.
Oh.
The Americans lithographed the entire way around. There's a very small handful of collectors in the United States that pay huge money for mint Canadian lunch kits and mint Canadian thermoses. Good Canadian guy, Lauren Green, in it, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a bit of a beer. So for what I would offer you for it in that condition, it's probably better up there. I just want to see if there's anything old. You see, there's a couple old Lesnies in there.
You're gonna have to watch out. Scott's gonna be underneath your bed in a few minutes.
Lesnie, English manufacturer, sort of the poor sister to Dinky. That's a first series Lesnie.
Is he?
Yeah, you can do steel wheels. I bet you paid $35 for that. How much?
Paid $100 for that.
What? Holy.
I do have some weak moments at times.
I've done this myself. You see something, you love it, and you overpay for it. If I'd paid $100 for that, I would tell my wife to put it in my coat pocket and bury it with me, because you're never getting $100 back out of that baby.
You don't want too many weak moments. No.
You got a pile of stuff.
Oh, whoa, Henry, you've been busy.
Once it's in your blood, collecting and that, if it's in your blood, it never leaves.
This is cute. I don't really care about the lifesaver.
No, but the stand.
Yeah, the stand. And it is old. Probably 30s, 1930s is my guess. What do you need out of it?
It's got to bring $100, or I'd rather keep it.
Can you come down a little? 75 bucks?
No. I can't. On that one, I can't.
100 bucks.
Okay.
More than I'd like to pay, but he didn't want to sell it, and I wanted to own it, and that's where a weak moment comes from.
I don't think that was such a weak moment. You're a collector, Scott. You know.
Still a weak moment, though. 100 bucks is too much.
It's not too much. Sometimes you gotta step up.
I'll sell it to you for 100 and a quarter.
No, you're the collector.
What do you sell the Pepsi for? It's a weird thing because that's not a pre-war sign. Pre-war, there was 2 dots between the Pepsi and the cola. After the war, there was 1 dot.
It's all original.
Oh, no, it's right. The year's 51. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I think what happened is they used the pre-war stamp on it, even though it's a post-war sign.
Yeah.
If you were going to sell them in that condition, you get 2 of them, what would you want for them?
I bought them at a really good time, and I can't get my money back out of them.
So you may as well just keep them. Weak moment day for Henry. I can't buy him. He won't even quote me a price he paid so much for them.
And I like Pepsi. It's the underdog of Coke, right? So Pepsi needs support.
I like that. Store display, 1960s probably.
Yeah.
And what would you sell it for as it goes?
100 bucks.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's an unfair price. There's only one problem. That's the only lighter I want. Right there.
Oh, the nudie girl.
That's the only lighter I want. This is like the old pinup. There's a whole segment of society that collects pinup stuff. Those illustrations came from very famous artists like Varga that did that type of thing. I'd give you 20 bucks for that lighter, but I don't want the rest of them for 80.
If you want the light, you can have that lighter.
Yeah?
Yeah. If you give me 20 bucks for that
Absolutely.
lighter, you can have that one.
She's a sweetie. I didn't actually think he was going to take it, but he did. You better hope you can find another lighter to fill in there.
Oh, I know where there is one.
I'm real happy with what we're doing here.
Hey, Henry, this Canada Paint container here
Yeah.
would have been a paint or general store display. That's a great little display.
Yeah, and what I like about it is somebody that collects little tins will put them in there.
Would you take 40 bucks for that?
No. 60.
50?
You want the tins to go with it?
No.
50. Yeah, fine.
50's good. Perfect.
I've figured out with Henry that if you're dealing with stuff that he doesn't care about or doesn't place a lot of value on, you're going to get a good deal. Okay, let's go upstairs. And that's what I'm going for now. I'm going for stuff that I don't think he loves. And I don't think he loves anything up there. That's why it's up there. Let's see what's hiding. There's an oldie. That's the early squirrel tin. Back before it was just squirrel, it was the Canada Nut Company. Got a real ratty squirrel early, and then what they did is they changed into that one. See, now he's quite a bit cuter later on. They're really, really hard to find, those Canada Nut Company tins. This one's a bit beat.
It was tin, so you didn't throw it away, and you used it for something, and that's why there's so few of them in good condition.
Would you take 20 bucks for that tin?
That's the best you're going to do?
Best I'm going to do in that condition. If it was mint, just so you know, if it was mint, I'd give you 300 for it. But in that condition, 20 bucks.
That's, and what's your best offer?
He doesn't even want it.
I think he's a Canada Nut. Giving you 20.
Okay, go ahead.
I've only seen 3 of them. All 3 have been beat. But I got a guy that'll want that tin. So what can you tell me about the little spice rack? Did you get it like that?
The way it is, that's the way I got it.
The interesting part is he had a few things attached to it.
I put this on and I put the cherry picker on.
Pepper mill and a cherry pitter.
Looks like you got another contraption over here.
That's an apple core, right?
What would you want for the rack and the apple core?
Well, that apple core's got to bring 50 bucks.
I don't know what they sell for. I've never sold an apple.
Oh, that's a fair price.
But
For a wholesale price or a retail price?
Wholesale price.
Okay. And what's that rack?
50 bucks.
For the whole works?
Yeah.
Always the best thing you can do is to package. Package, package, package whenever you can. How about if we give you 100 bucks and you throw the tin in?
Oh, no. I can't do that. Because this is cheap. You're getting, this here's cheap.
50 bucks.
Yeah, but that's
50 bucks is 100.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you to throw the tin
No.
in. Tried to get a tin thrown in, I was getting greedy. How come you're so reactive to that tin?
Because I do kind of like them.
Oh, okay. Is there one you don't like?
Yeah, there's one outside. Wheeling and dealing? Oh, I thrive on that. I do.
Are we good at 100?
We're good at 100.
Okay.
Well, you should be, because
Of course we should be.
He knew what a good deal we were getting, and I agree. Let's head down and see what else there is.
We're still doing deals, and that's a good thing. We keep the ball rolling. We're getting merchandise, and we're getting it at what we feel is a fair price. The pickers are happy, and we're not done yet.
One last thing. I gotta look at this Buddy Ellen. You don't get a chance too often to look at a real nice, original condition Buddy L shell truck. I'm guessing 1940s. It's even got the grill, which is almost always gone. Now, that probably would have been a $10 toy in its day, which was a lot of money. That's a good toy. Now, the back's been dicked with.
yeah,
And what's your best on that?
that's not leaving unless it brings $500.
I still think at $500, there's a little bit of money to be made in it. That bothers me.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good toy, Shell.
We have to be really cautious if we know that something isn't in original condition.
Can I put it back there while I think about it for a minute?
Yeah, sure can.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, that is.
How much for the little guy?
125.
125.
Yeah, yeah. I got that at a weak moment. Oh, don't talk about that one.
That's a cutie. It's a Schuko,
Yeah.
German. How far are you buried in this one? How deep?
$200.
Whoa!
Another weak moment?
How far could we help dig you out of that hole where you'd be able to say, okay, you know, I didn't get all my money back, but I'm okay with it?
This one here, $175. That one bring $100.
I know it's a lot, Sheldon. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, he got quiet all of a sudden.
Okay, Shell, let's go talk for a minute. You know, I love the Buddy L except for that back gate.
Yeah.
He's not moving on 500.
No,
it's either yes, no,
exactly.
or whatever. And you know what? I don't mind putting up $500 on that toy, taking a chance on it. It's the best toy he's got by far. The Schuko, a lot of money, but I'll tell you one thing, I've never seen that Schuko before. That little tin to the right guy could be $200. Tins are funny things, you know?
I trust your senses. If you think we should go for it, let's take a shot.
I'm thinking we should try him on at 700.
You're not gonna budge him.
Doesn't hurt you to try him on.
Yeah. We're in or we're out. I'd say if you think we're in, let's go for it. Henry.
Can I try you on at risk of you being mad at me? You
No,
won't be offended.
I don't get mad. That's fine. That's,
Okay. $700.
No, that won't fly. I honestly feel I don't want to take less.
I'm gonna pay $775. What can I get thrown in the deal? How about those models over there that would have sat in a dispenser at the gas station?
Yeah, go ahead.
Done. Here, let's do the cross shape. There. I heard Henry had a pet, and he asked me if I wanted to see it. Can you tell when he's agitated? Is he agitated right now?
Yeah. What? Got a big old Tom. Vicious Tom.
Go in like a man.
I'm going
Are
in
you a
like,
man or a turkey?
like you are. So I thought I'd go in and see how close I could get to it before it pecked my brains out. Hey, bud. He's a beauty.
You're far more brave than I am.
Are you gonna come at me? Look at those claws. He could do some damage with those. Have you ever got this close to him?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
goes up and pets him. He's very friendly.
You stay where you are. I'm grabbing one of your feathers. I'm not touching you. Turkey feather for my cowboy hat. There we are. That's a feather in my cap.
Anytime you can get a good little oak cabinet, I'd take every one I could find.
This is cute, and it is old.
I know you. Henry, that was a lot of fun.
Yes, gentlemen, behave, eh? They're good guys.
Try to be nicer next time,
Okay,
okay?
that one with the long hippie hair, yeah, he's got a bit of a character to him.
So we'll be back.
And when you start parting with those little shell tins that I like,
Yeah, that'll be a little while, yeah.
well, that was fun. Man, he's got a lot of stuff.
So what are we going to see here?
I think we're gonna go see Harvey. I heard he's got just a pile of stuff, like rooms filled with stuff, which is what we like if he's ready to sell.
If he's got good stuff.
Yeah, you know, I've never been in a room that's been filled with stuff and haven't been able to find something to it.
You are the Jack Russell Terrier of pickers. You can usually find an ankle bone to grab onto and then you don't let go. Wow, look at that building.
Yeah, that's a weird building, that one. Look at the mailbox.
Stuff everywhere.
Wow. I think there's a submarine.
Look at these buildings.
He has some weird buildings.
It's like Hobbit land. We have no idea what's in there. What's going on here, Scott?
I have no idea. We know he's gonna be an interesting guy, whatever else may happen. Oh, there he is.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You'd be Harvey.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm Sheldon, and this is Scott.
Scott.
Hi,
How do you
Harvey.
do, Scott?
Yeah, good.
I'm an old bugger. I'm 100. No, I'm only 86. Pleasure.
Greg, Harvey's
Greg.
son.
Oh, it's a father and son team.
I'm just a furniture mover.
Yeah, they were. He was very helpful. He's a good boy.
What's the story here?
This building took me 11 years to build it by myself.
Where'd you come up with the design, Harvey? Is it all up there?
Pretty well. Every nail in this place is done by myself. But I didn't realize that I'm making so much noise, hammer so many nails, my neighbor moved away.
Do you live here, Harvey?
No, this is a building that I use for collectible stuff.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully someday, maybe a museum. We'll
That's
see.
not good news for us if
No,
you
I
turn it
know.
into a museum.
I don't really sell to the public.
We're in trouble here.
Well, if we see something we really like, can we make you an offer on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Go show us a
Come
treasure,
into my
Harvey.
office. Come on in. Okay.
Holy cow.
Wow.
There's some good stuff back here. Oh, that's cool. Yikes.
Holy smokes. You got a combination of a whole bunch of stuff here, don't you?
I like unusual pieces.
Harvey's been collecting for, it sounds like, a lifetime.
That used to sit out in front of a drugstore or something.
It still works. It's a bouncing horse. I put the kids on it, you know.
It actually is covered in a hide, and it's a good early one.
I had the mate to that, and I sold it to a friend of mine for a couple thousand. You know how much he wants for it? No. 16,000. he said.
So I'm guessing he's not for sale.
No, but he
Yeah, 16,000. We've established the price.
jump on it, and it still works.
Be careful, don't break them.
So I figured I got to give it a run. I can't buy it. I may as well ride it. I remember riding these when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the 10 cents. I need to. I've never ridden it myself.
Well, let's get you on it.
Can you get that leg over?
Yeah, ready to fly. Oh,
I told you, it gives you a good run, doesn't it?
yeah, take out one feet. I should do this for exercise.
That's beautiful. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
I can see from looking around that he's got some real interesting pieces. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, it's old.
They reproed this cloth, so I'm always suspect when I see them.
Oh, yeah.
And like this is a repro. You may not think so, but that's a repro. The back was old, so I was comfortable it was right. And then it was just a question of what it was going to take to get it out of him. Have you ever had an offer on it?
Yeah.
How much?
I did. He offered me 200.
I was going to offer you 200 myself.
No, I like to keep it because I just love it myself.
That's sweet. They're military, which surprisingly is less desirable than the passenger liner ones. Mm-hmm. But still, they're neat, they're cool. They're probably from the 50s is my guess.
He's in love with that, isn't he?
Well, I collect things like this.
Well, I do too, see, so it's going to stay here. Anything else you want to look at?
We've got the unholy triad. If I don't get 3 of a kind, will you sell it to me?
You're breaking my heart here wanting to buy the stuff that I love.
A guy that doesn't want to sell.
I have certain things that I can't part with.
A guy that loves the stuff.
I'd just love to sell you some of this, but it'd be gone that I wouldn't be able to show it to somebody else.
And a guy that doesn't need the money.
This is more of a museum.
Hey, Harvey, I like this little cart here.
Yeah, that's a nice piece, actually.
It's an old European wooden cart. We've had success with those before.
I don't know how old it is, but it's certainly well made.
Is that one you'd part with?
I kind of hate to part with it, but as you're nice guys, I might, you know.
What would you want for something like that, Harvey?
I'd like 500.
Whoa. 500.
You really don't want to part with it, do you?
Well, it's a $1,000 piece. Where do you find something like that?
What if we stretched and paid you 3?
$350. You got it
Done.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what we're doing here, Harvey.
Yeah.
We're breaking the ice. We want you to start loosening up.
I'm pretty loose now. The only reason I'm really selling it, it's in my way a bit.
Let's go see what else is in your way. Once you've bought one thing, the probability of buying some more becomes much greater.
Can I buy Moby Dick?
That's my carving. Nobody ever wanted to buy one of my carvings.
Well, I do. I like Moby Dick, don't you?
Yeah.
Harvey, I'm going to turn you into a professional commercial artist. I'll give you $50 for Moby Dick.
Can't. Moby Dick would be so unhappy if you left this place.
If we broke the ice, the only thing we did was break it enough to fall through it and drown. I see something I got to ask you about.
Bottle of Guinness.
But I bet you that one's got to be from the 40s, is my guess, maybe even earlier. There'll be some guy that owns a bar that'll want to put that on his shelf just as a piece of decoration. Would you take $5 for the bottle of Guinness?
Sure.
Because I figure if we can't sell it, I can drink it. It's still full.
I was going to say it's a little bottle, but we'll split it on the way home.
Yeah, okay.
We're keeping the ball rolling.
Can I buy this? I've had dozens of Empress Spice tins. The old ones have this ship on them. The newer ones have a different ship on them.
Oh, is that right?
This paper label is a tougher one to get. You see one paper label for every 100 tin litho ones. So I'm going to be able to flip this to somebody who collects Empress but doesn't have a paper label.
It's one piece I could live without.
How much can I buy that for?
I'll give it to you for my low ball price, $8.
Done.
Okay.
Now, we grabbed a couple saddles down.
Yeah, they're beauty, aren't they? So nice, I might have to keep them.
We know saddles. Maybe there's something here that we can bring back to Alberta, make a buck on.
This one's an older saddle than this one.
Yeah.
Neither of them are super old. They're unmarked. They're not by any famous maker.
Look at the condition of it. The bar's good in the back. The carving's beautiful. I'll give you for $200 each.
200 each?
Yeah.
We were thinking 200 for the two.
Well, you're thinking not my way.
Okay, how about 100 and a quarter for this one?
Give it to you for $175. He's shaking his head. Why are you shaking his head? That's a bargain.
I'm going to sell it for less than that.
Well, you're selling too cheap. I'll give it to you for $160. And that's my low ball, high ball, what ball, football, left ball.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna have one left.
That's all right. I'll keep it. I don't mind. It'll go back in my collection.
Hey, Sheldon, is it worth $25 to not have to carry it back upstairs?
There you go.
That's right.
Go on, hop it up the stairs,
It's a
Scott.
steal at that price. I'm surprised you didn't fall for it. But then again, what do I know?
Shake his hand at 150.
Okay.
Woo, there you go.
Yeah.
Just before I hop this one up the stairs, what's your best price on this one, Harvey?
Give it for $100 and a quarter. That's a steal.
No, I think we're too far apart on this one.
$100, we won't carry it back upstairs.
110.
He's got to win. Okay, throw in one of those bone-handled knives and you can have 110. Just that one. I didn't even take the one with the sheath.
Okay, 115. I got to get $5
Oh, man.
for it.
Well, you know what? We're not going to argue over $5. 115.
Okay.
Done. Can we go poking around a little bit
You
more?
can poke anywhere you wanna.
All right,
Okay.
well, we will. I think to poke you in the ribs there.
I just did.
Those are the kind of people I like to deal with. They have a sense of humor with them.
Looks like a ship.
Were you in the Navy?
Air Force.
Air Force. So why did you build everything that looks like a ship?
Well, I like boats too. Yeah.
It's been an entertaining afternoon with Harvey. He's a cool guy.
I can't imagine how many hours and days Harvey had to sit down to try and figure out how he could make this architecture work. I think I got the good deal, Shell. I'm humping this out to the car.
Just a little utility cart. Be a European one.
Hey, you can't buy a new bottle of Guinness for $5.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming by.
It was
Scott,
great.
good to see you.
Next time we come out, we're loading the van up and bringing stuff for you to buy from us.
Okay. Sure.
He does buy. As you know.
Fellas,
Okay.
it's
All right.
been
Thanks,
fun.
guys.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Can you see? Whoa, 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 whoa. The other way, the other way, the other way. You're the worst backer? I'll tell you. Okay,
Oh, I'm
now
an
crank your
expert.
steering wheel this way. Keep going. Now go straight. Now, you see this tree here? That's the one you almost hit.
That's the one I was trying to take out. I love BC.
We got some money to spend. I'm hoping we can buy something big.
When you say big, does that mean like lots of change?
That means either something really big and expensive or a bunch of things that combined are big and expensive.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye on you. Do you know where we're going here, Scott?
Yeah, we're going to Chilliwack.
Didn't the band Chilliwack come from here?
I think that would be a safe assumption. And what do they grow here?
Apparently now the latest thing in the valley here is grapes, wine. So we're on our way to see Wayne. Apparently he's got all kinds of stuff. He clears out estates. He's got an emporium.
That's an emporium as opposed to a cornucopia?
Yeah.
I am really interested to find out what those two shell trucks we bought are worth.
I think Wayne would be able to give us an appraisal on those.
Yeah, there it is.
Emporium.
Okay. Are they both there, Shell?
Yeah, I got him.
Wow, this is amazing. Yeah. Look at that. That is a beautiful thing.
Oh, man.
Red Indian gas pump. Wow.
If you can't find it here, you can't find it.
And he's got the Hulk.
Hey.
Nice to finally meet you. I'm Sheldon.
meet you. Yeah.
Heard all about you.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it now 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
25 years door knocking, just cold door knocking like yourself, picking, right?
Well,
Yeah.
we brought a couple things in for you because we
Oh,
heard
yeah.
you're the man.
Well, it's an early 1950s Buddy L mini toy, right? This one's original. All the paint's original on it, right? Original tires on it.
And the
You know,
grill's there, which is amazing. It's
Yeah.
got a little ding in it.
Yeah, and the paint's good all the way around. The back door has been changed on it, right? Yeah, a lot of kids just used them outside, used them in the sand, so they got a little beat up. So when you find one in this condition, it's actually a good find, right? And a lot of collectors really want Buddy L. I haven't seen one now in a couple of years come up, right? So they're pretty tough to find, right?
That's why we bought it, is because it was so unusual compared to what you see.
That's not leaving unless it brings $500.
Let's do the cross shake.
If the truck was pristine, the truck would be $1,000 to $1,200. So, you know, in this condition, you know, I'd have to value it at $750. You might even pull 8 out of the truck, right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I was real happy with Wayne's appraisal. We can quick flip that and make some money on it.
We also brought you another shell piece. This little Shuko.
Yeah, this is really unusual. I've never seen shell on a van like this. It looks to me like it's late 40s. The condition's fabulous, right? And then you've got the original box with it, even though it's a bit tethered. Just to have this is fabulous.
That would be 175. Done.
It's one of those things you can look at it and you can say to the right guy, this may bring 450, 550.
Well, that's good.
I think you did real well on this one, right? This is actually a real little gem, eh? I wish I'd have found this.
Hey, maybe we can pull up a swap. Yeah.
And I want to walk around this store because it is amazing in
You know
here.
what? Help yourself.
I love this place. I haven't been in a store this good in years, or ever.
Wayne has got great stuff, movie props and rentals. That's a great plane, isn't it? And then mixed in amongst them, good quality antique items as well.
This is where I feel at home. This in a seedy bar.
No, the bar opens at 5, right?
I found a couple of West Coast pieces that I really have a fancying for.
Yeah, this pole here came from a local family, right? Salish, you know, done in the area probably 40 years ago. The beaver holding the log in his mouth there, chewing on the log, is fabulous. He's got his 2 hands and his teeth there, right?
Yeah. The other's a paddle.
Yeah, decorated West Coast paddle.
Yeah, real nice.
Canoe paddle. It's actually usable, that one.
Yeah, signed, Squamish tribe. What would you do the two together, the totem pole and the paddle?
Geez, that's a nice pole. I'd do the 2 for you guys for $350.
I think that's a really good,
fair
price.
You can't be fairer than that. I
Yeah.
see you got a great saddle. That's an Alberta piece, that Emor. But I think it's probably a little out of our snack bracket. Do you have any other things?
You know what I've got? You won't believe it. I've got the first Calgary Stampede brochure.
Oh,
wow.
1912.
And also, we've got another one here. And I think this one is 1919, yeah.
These are the Gang of 4, right?
Yep.
Burns, Lane,
McLean and Cross.
Cross and McLean, yeah. It's got the great Mountie image on the background of it.
And this one was an important one because they had stopped doing the stampede. The war ended, they did a peace stampede.
What would you need out of the pair of these?
I'm kind of into those, right? I was excited when I saw them, right? And I had to have them, and the gentleman wanted 500, and took me a hard time to get down to 250, right? So the pair of those, I'd need 300. Gotta make something.
You know what I'd say? Just what it says right there, let her buck.
Let her buck.
Perfect. I think Wayne loves pickers.
We are speaking the same language and playing the same game. That's quite a remarkable piece of art.
One in the back now, I have it Space Invaders.
In the back?
Yeah, a 2-player game.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, there'd be. It was pretty darn close to the father of the modern arcade game, Space Invaders. This is the one that was before Pac-Man, before Galaga, Asteroid.
Asteroid was a great game, too.
It was.
Yeah. You give it a go.
How do I do
You
the
probably
crack?
still got the touch. Oh, you're doing good on this one.
Yeah, it's a perilous game, this one.
You just can't get cocky, because you get cocky, then you get killed.
It's kind of like picking.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing great.
Yeah.
This is the last guy.
He's always the hardest.
Oh, look at how fast he's... Oh,
Yay!
look at that.
Congratulations. And I don't think I'd played Space Invaders in 25 years. How much for Space Invaders?
Well, I was asking 350, but for you, 250. Seeing how you conquered it.
Oh, done.
Thank you.
Hold it. We own Space Invaders
We
now?
own Space Invaders.
Oh. I'd like to take a real good piece of West Coast art back into our market.
Right.
And I keep looking at that mask right behind me here.
Well, that's a great one. That's Jay and Jean Burbrandt, and Jean went all over North America to all the museums, right? Hauled his son around when he was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, taught Jay to carve.
They're known artists, really good piece. What would you feel a gallery would price this piece?
They'd price it $4,500 to $5,500.
Yeah. What's your best price for a couple of pickers?
Well, I'll tell you, this is really a favor. I'll give you the mask for $1,350.
I like it.
I mean, I like the creepier ones a little bit better. Like, there's a shark one in the back I love.
Yeah.
So how do you get these things? I noticed you've got masks all over the place.
Well, I actually buy them right from the artists, right?
Oh, okay. Let's see what else there is. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that one's scary, isn't it?
You don't want to put that in your kid's room.
Look at that one.
Oh, wow.
And more.
That top one's really freaky. Oh, look, those are the mates to that other one.
Oh, yeah. Same carver, obviously. Now I can see the wheels are turning.
You know, remember when I talked about doing something big, spending some big money? I'm wondering if we could put a package together that we might be able to take back to Calgary, and it would be the most impressive West Coast mask package anyone's ever seen.
Why don't we throw that against the wall and see if it sticks? Hey, Wayne, I tell you what Scott and I are thinking. We're thinking we're going to put together a little package of these masks.
Right.
Sharpen your pencil. Let's see if we can make this work.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can hammer something out.
You bet.
How come I'm climbing?
You're doing a heck of a job, Scott.
Yeah.
That is a mask, eh?
Why, look.
You got her?
Not really.
Each one is a piece of art.
This is quite the piece. This is going to be a little tricky, this one.
They're carved out of cedar.
Wow, it's heavy.
And they're traditional masks.
Every single mask belongs to a certain native family. If you're not in that family, you're not allowed to carve that mask.
Need a hand there, Scott?
No, I need to be 4 inches taller is what I need.
I could put you on the rack. I'm sure there's one here somewhere. Look at that. It's got shark's teeth in it.
Yeah. The theory is when you take something big and awkward down off the wall and get it on the floor, the guy's going to want to sell it rather than to have to haul it and put it back up on the wall.
Wow, what an impression.
I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot of money. And I'm also thinking, I don't really want to let any of them go away because I want them all. And that's a problem. If we bought them at 10 grand,
Yeah,
that's
agree
what I
with
thought.
you. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Wayne, come on up here.
Hey, well, Wayne, we're looking for a big impact buy here.
So tell us about some of these masks and who they're by.
Okay, well, they make these masks for when they have the potlatches to dance them, keep the evil spirits away, right? So they dance the masks and they interact the masks with other masks, right? He might dance with another mask and it goes back and forth. None of it's made out of their head or this is what I think it is. They copy it exactly as it was over 100 years ago. These 3 masks are all Bo Dick masks. And that's the wild man. And the wild man story amongst the natives was that he lived in the woods. If he looked at them, they immediately turned into wild men themselves. A recent huge ceremony that they just had with all the chiefs from the Haidas everywhere, it was a major thing. Bo got up and they named him Master Carver of all natives. That's a little portrait mask, that's Jean Berbrandt. And the next one is a shaman mask by Jay Berbrandt.
Yeah. Good, recognized artists made it way more interesting and way more desirable. What kind of dollars do you want for the whole shooting match?
That might be the wrong way to attack. The whole shooting mask is worth about...
This is taking
Too long. I knew you were going to say that.
It's up around 23,000.
Hey, well, we're a ways apart.
We thinking we'd spend somewhere between 7,500 and 10 grand on masks.
Well, that won't be happening because it's so far off the point that it's kind of wasting both our times, right?
Yeah.
From one picker to another, it's not in the ballpark, right?
Hey, Wayne, I'd like to drop some cash, some serious money here today. Can we crank out a deal here?
I don't mind giving you a deal.
Good.
I was a picker myself as long as I don't get too beat up.
How bad can we beat you up before you get upset?
Well, I'm to me, business is always business. I'm unoffendable.
Yeah, and don't get
And
us,
I know what you're trying to do.
We're not trying to offend you.
You're trying to put something together, right?
We wanted 10 for everything, right? And you say that's too tight for you, and I accept that, okay?
Yeah.
I wanted to give him room to think. I wanted to give him room to count the money in his head, because he's got people bringing him stuff all the time. And he needs the cash to buy it. Then he's not losing. He's really getting the price he wants for the masks. He's just getting it in a different way.
The trouble is that's 3 sets of masks, right? Everything else I can be pretty flexible, but that's a really valuable set of masks on the West Coast, right? I'll show you what the best deal I can do for 10 is. And that averages out 1,000 a piece, and that's from that over there, those masks.
But I'd rather give back something and keep that one. To me, that's the key piece.
What if we shuffled Big Boy over here?
Yeah.
And went to the bank and peeled out $20 bills till we hit 12,000.
So that's $2 grand for Big Boy?
Yeah.
Well, just with all the rest
no,
of
don't
them.
think of it that way.
Yeah, it won't
And
work.
then Scotty's happy, and
Yeah,
I'm
but-
happy, and you're happy.
No, I'm not happy. Here's my counter offer.
No,
I'm just telling you, picker to picker. This is my offer, it's final. If we can't do it, we'll shake hands and remain friends.
Hold it, we're going to remain friends regardless.
That's right. The big boy over, and I'm doing the favor of a century, 13.5. If you want to grab a deal, do it now. I'll never make it any sweeter.
What do you think, Phil?
It's a great deal.
We gotta have one little throw-in. Could be worth $100, it could be worth $500. I have no idea. There was a little Thunderbird or something,
That's quite a remarkable piece of art.
flat piece.
It's
At the
yours.
back.
Signed, Jean Brabant.
13 and a half. Oh, done.
Thanks, boys.
Yes! Got through! Oh, God, that was...
It was fun negotiating. It
Oh,
was
you
good.
are one tough
You
son
got
of
it,
a
you
bitch.
got it.
Let's go have a beer and...
Yeah, let's have a beer.
I am screaming happy. Everybody walked away feeling like they'd won. These are beautiful, aren't they?
Oh.
We're bringing some great pieces
Oh,
back to
yeah.
Alberta.
I think there's gonna be a lot of people that are just, they're not even gonna know what to say when they see these. Were you good at Space Invaders?
No, no. I really like that pole. Nicely carved and painted.
Wayne, it was
great.
fun. It was great.
You drive a hard bargain,
You do,
man.
but you know, we got some cool things we're taking back, and we're happy about that.
Hey, you're fair guys, and it was lots of fun.
We'll see you in
Drive
Alberta.
safe.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see you next time you come
Yeah.
out to Alberta. Nobody in Calgary is going to have anything like that.
Well, you wanted something big? You got it, buddy.
Oh, man. I remember when I bought that Vendo 44 off, the best Coke machine you can buy, and you pulled on me what we hate guys pulling on us. You said to me, well, Scott, what's this worth? So I had to tell you, I said, in that condition, it's probably worth between $2,000 and $3,000. And you charged me $2,300.
Fair.
How much did you make off me on that Vendo 44?
I'm not telling.